Today's video, I'm going to be going through the hourly layout for the Erin Condren Life Planner size 7x9, and I will be sharing some ideas for how to use this. So if you are interested in that, go ahead and keep watching. First, I want to start by saying thank you to the team at Erin Condren. They sent me this planner with my holiday collaboration box. If you want to see the entirety of the contents of that, I'll go ahead and drop a link in the description. I have put a video up on my Instagram, so if you just want to see all the products they sent me during the holiday box, you can check that out. But today I'm just going to be going over this planner and sharing a couple of ideas for how I would set this up. Now, I am not an hourly planner. I have never used an hourly planner, so I was pretty excited that they sent me this because I want to try it out and kind of show you guys some ideas, and hopefully that helps you figure out your planning style and system. So to start, this is the cover that they sent on it. It is a newer one for the Christmas holidays or winter holidays. So it's cute. It kind of has like a shimmer background. And my favorite part is the fact that the metallic silver foiling has like a rainbow effect. That honestly is my favorite part. So I probably wouldn't have picked this cover myself. There is a Etta V cover that they have that says Peace on Earth that I want so bad. So I haven't got it at the time of this video filming, but I'm pretty sure I will be picking that up at some point because I just can't pass that one up. I am not really into like Christmassy color things for the holidays, but that one just really speaks to me. I actually like the inside of this one so much better than the cover. I don't know why, but I think this is cute. So they sent me the hourly layout in the Colorblends design. So on the Erin Condren website, you can pick from a couple of other designs, not just the Colorblends. So for 2023, for picking your 2023 planner, you can pick a in bloom pattern, which kind of looks like this. This is really pretty. Kind of looks like this. And you can pick this one, or you can pick something called Harmony, and that one looks sort of like a ton of colors in like a tissuey paper pattern. So I will see if, I don't know how to do this, but let's see if I can drop a like picture here that shows what that looks like for you. But those are basically the options for the Life Planner, other than their focus collection stuff. So if all the colors are not your jam for picking a planner, then you should go ahead and check out their focus collection planners instead. So the Life Planners that are in a coil, they come with a vellum, and this one is a watercolor, not watercolor. This one is like a color blend one, which I think is really pretty. So that just kind of protects this. Now, my reasoning behind why this is there is because this, you can use wet erase markers, which Erin Condren sells, or you can use a Sharpie marker, and both you can just take off with a alcohol wipe. You can use this to just jot down notes, and it's gonna stay on here. It's not like a dry erase, but I have noticed that over time, it might wear off a little bit. And in the planner that I had did that, it didn't have a protective vellum, and it left like whatever color it was, I think it was like a pink, and it left a mark on here. Oh, I remember what it was. I had got a monthly planner. One of their monthly planners, they don't have the vellum, and I wrote, it was like for budgeting, and so I wrote some information here, and then this page ended up a little bit like pink on it. So I think that's what this page is intended to be for. So in case anyone's like, what the heck is the purpose other than it looks cute, I really think that's the reason. Okay, so all Life Planners, if you've never gotten one before, come with a ruler that snaps in, and that's very handy. And it starts with a page like this that has a quote. Then you go into your calendar page. Now, my only complaint about this is that there really is a lot of space here, a lot of white space that could be used a little bit better. They could have moved all of these up and given us some space to like write in between, but that's okay. There technically is some space, so if you wanted to jot down some information kind of like underneath here, you could, but I typically don't use this page. In the past, I have used a page like this to kind of like track my period cycles or to mark off all the holidays so that I can like a quick glance see what they are, but I find that I never end up returning to this page anyway, especially if I just do all the holidays, because I don't know, I never find myself wanting to like look here, maybe except one time. All Erin Condren life planners start with a page like this. The design is going to look different depending on the design you've chosen. So for the Colorblends, this is what it looks like, and I like it a lot. I like that they did not add any extra color to the boxes, and this is just like a gray stripe. I have some, I'm trying to think where they are. I don't have them handy, but I do have some stickers that I got from Planner Kate that are, I think, the same color. I want to say they're not black. I want to say they're like a gray like this, that matte, that have the months, and I use it in my daily duo. I have the dates set up, the months set up in here, and I use this to like pre-plan like appointments ahead of time. So how I would set this up is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Or you could do January, February, March, April. You can go across, like, just depends on how your brain works. If you want like all 6 months here, or if you want it to go all the way across, it's up to you. Some people actually have done it this way, where it's like January, February, March, April, May, June. So it's up to you how you decide to do that. But I will put in the appointments here as they come up and meetings versus putting them in my calendar page, because I don't set up my calendar pages in here until about the middle of the month, which reminds me, as I'm filming this, it is October the 21st, and I need to get my butt making my November calendar because it's coming fast. At the beginning of every month, you have a line notes page, and you have a page that's just the divider page, and it's a quote. Now this page is a little bit thicker than a regular page, so it's like a sturdier cardstock. So when you write on this side on your calendar versus this side, it's going to be a little bit different of a feel, but they're both like a little bit toothy. This paper is a little bit thicker than this one, and I'm pretty sure this is like 80-pound paper, just like they're softbound. So for the month view, what I like to do in my planner is I like to put just the main things happening, and that would be like just appointments, and I might use like little soccer ball icons to indicate when there's practices, or I have stickers for like games. I might, when it's really busy, I've been using the notes area over here to have like their game schedules here, so it doesn't clutter up my calendar for other things happening. That seems to be working really well. Now the planner comes with some stickers, and I'll show you those later. They're in the back, so that you can use if you want to use stickers in here, but it's totally not necessary. I like to use removable stickers for some appointments, because then if something changes, I can just easily pull it up and move it, and it's not that big a deal. Or if you really want to, I recommend the friction pilot pens. They're erasable, so they're a gel ink, and they write pretty dark, and you can just erase it if you make a mistake. And so if you're somebody who is concerned about like writing it in here and then, you know, oh my gosh, what happens, then, you know, you're covered. But otherwise, the Erin Condren stickers are great. They're removable, and Planner Kate stickers are great. There's a bunch of other shops, and I will be doing some videos coming up for this planner. I got some stickers so that I can try and like set it up how I would do if I were using like an hourly planner. Who knows, I might end up moving into this at some point during the year, but I did want to get that so I can like show some videos with some ideas in case you know, get this planner and you're just kind of like, well, how do I use it? So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to see that. So let me go ahead and measure these boxes for you, but I'm pretty sure I know that they are 1.5 inches. They're actually a little wider than 1.5. The 1.5 would be like right here. So they're like another, was that an 1/8 of an inch? Bigger than that. So they will fit any sticker that's like 1.5. A lot of stickers are standard 1.5 inches. So you are not gonna have a problem there. And let's see. And they're even taller than that. Actually, no, they're a little shorter. So they are an 1/8 of an inch. See, I don't know. I really should know what these all are, right? This is the 1/2 inch, and that's where the line is. So it's literally like a 1/8 of an inch less than 1.5 inches, whatever that ends up being. Now, the line spacing in Erin Condren planners is typically 1/4 of an inch, but I've noticed that the notes page seems like it's usually a little bit bigger spacing than that. I don't know if it's just me, but that's what I've noticed in my daily duo. And I'm pretty sure the hourly planner, like when I get to the hourly pages, like that is set up a little bit not like that either. So we'll get to that in a minute. But after the calendar page, you always have another line notes page, and this page is what they call a dashboard. Now, I have been using this area of my dashboard to track my yoga minutes. If you're interested in seeing that, I'll go ahead and link it up in a card here, and I'll drop it in the description for you to check out if you want to see that set up. But I have not really figured out at the time of this video other purposes for this. Dashboard pages have been a little bit tricky for me, but I have been using this page for a brain dump, and I've been using the other line notes page over here that coordinates with the month for my content, like a separate space for content planning and brain dumping there, so that I can keep the two different areas of my life away from each other. And that's been working pretty well for me. So I have in my daily duo, I use the extra notes page, and I'll link it up here in a card for how I pay my bills every week. My husband gets paid every week, and I'll also drop it down in the description. But if you want to see how I set that up, but if it wasn't because I have it set up that way where I have the notes page to have all my bills, then this would be a good spot for it if you want to jot down, like, not necessarily the monthly ones. Like, actually, I mean, you technically could list out all of them if you wanted to, but if there are things like that typically don't happen every single month, then that to me seems like it would make more sense so you don't forget it. Because something like, for me, I have my air filters automatically ordered and shipped out to me every 3 months. And I'm constantly having to like reference, hey, when's that gonna come out again? So having that written down like on a dashboard page would be helpful in that instance. Like when in September our car tags, become due and need to be renewed, that sort of thing. Like infrequent bills would be a good spot for it. But some people like to do goals here. They could set it up this area specifically, since it's got like bullet points. You can list out any goals that you have for the month. I am going to be doing the Moxie Life companion notebook system for my goals this year, and I don't know if by the time this video's out, there's no way that that's going to be out yet, but I will be putting up a video setting up my companion notebook. So if you're interested in that, make sure you are subscribed so that you can see that video when I do it. And I will likely go ahead and do a video like that every quarter, setting up my notebook, because those notebooks are in quarters. After the dashboard page, you get into the weeks. Oh, this is so pretty. I like the Colorblends. The Colorblends this year surprised me. I really like neutrals. I do like this. They sent me this planning pouch in the neutral color stripes instead of like the colorful stripes, and this is so pretty. I really like the way this looks. I would love to have like these kind of colors, honestly, inside the pages of the planner, but like not with all the flowers. And I didn't like the harmony pattern this year. I liked the colors, but I didn't like the pattern, and it was going to drive me nuts to have to look at these pages on there with all those weird things. This, let me measure this, because yeah, it's definitely right on the money, but over here it's a little bit bigger, I feel like. Interesting. So in the hourly Erin Condren Life Planner, you have your week like this, and you have a sidebar here, which is great for like a weekly to-do list. That's how I would probably use it for things that don't necessarily need to happen on a certain day. And then you have like a calendar view here every month. It goes from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then you have a blank space. And this is similar to how it is set up in the Daily Duo, where it does go from 6 to 7 and then you have like a blank space here. Now these width of these boxes are that's the same width as the calendars. So it's that like 1.5 plus like another 1/8 of an inch pretty much. So if you put 1.5 inch stickers in here, there'll be a slight little gap in between, but it'll still be fine. So I am going to be putting a video out setting this up, and if you want to like kind of see how I would set up a hourly week view, make sure you're subscribed so you can see that one when it comes out. And I'm gonna have a lot of fun doing that because like I said, I've never used an hourly planner before, so that'll be interesting, and maybe that'll help you kind of solidify whether you are going to grab this or not if you still haven't made your mind up by the time that video is out, which I am intending on that video to be out well before like the first of the year so that you can kind of see. I know that sounds like I'm planning like way too far in advance, but technically this is like the week of, this is the 26th, so it's the day after Christmas and this is New Year's Eve. So this is like a wash week in my opinion, as far as my schedule goes, because I'm typically visiting family. So it'll be fun for me to kind of just use this as almost like a test run. Hopefully that helps you if, you know, going through this doesn't. That's how it goes. Every single week is going to look like this, and the colors change depending on the month. So obviously December is a green color. So now it's officially like a full week of January. So that's why it is now all in this pretty blue. It blends. I love the way it blends. It's so cute. And on camera, I think it's picking it up, but these are like dotted. These are dashed lines, whereas these are solid lines, in case that matters. And I will go ahead and flip through all of the pages, and so you can see like the way the colors look in here, but all of the blends are the same. I really love this color. My kids will tell you this is my favorite color. I definitely like the October blend better than the August. They're both similar, but I definitely like the way October blends better. At the end of the last week, you'll have 1, 2, and this is like a thicker cardstock because it's a tab. It says notes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 pages. And then this is the Heritage and Awareness Observances. I did notice that this, as I flipped through, it doesn't have any of these listed in the actual month view. So if you want to make sure that these are in your planner and you don't forget them, you're going to want to flip to this page and get those marked into your planner ahead of time when you first get your planner set up so that you don't forget any of these holidays. The planners come with a contact page. This page a lot of people have used in many different ways. I don't really use this page in my planner, so I don't really have any ideas for you, but I have seen people come up with some creative solutions for this. I just can't think off the top of my head right now what they were. Some people use this, I mean, you could technically maybe use this. Oh, I know how I've used stuff like this before. I had a daily plum paper that the contact page in there, I made like emergency information. So I put all of like our doctors, like my kids' doctors, their names, just like those sorts of things, like my landlord's information, that kind of stuff in here, so that it's like an easy reference. So that's how I would typically use this. I don't know that I would use it for putting down a bunch of phone numbers for people I contact on a regular basis. Although that might be smart, just because like in this day and age, do we remember phone numbers of people? So if I were to lose all the information in my phone, that would suck. The end of this life planner, you do get a really cool spread for 2024, which this is very helpful for future planning. So thinking back to what I talked about in the very beginning, where you have the boxes that I like to use for like pre-planning, this is the same way. So as I get closer and closer to the end of the year, I am going to start having some appointments and things that are going to be popping up that I will need a spot to write down, because I likely won't have my new planner yet. This would be a great place for me to write down those appointments and things and events as I figure those out. Usually, let's say in August, I start getting like the school schedule. And so I could use the boxes in the front to write down the ones that are for like 2023. But when I look at the school schedule and I see like 2024 all the way through till May when school ends, I can put in here those dates that are important, that I really need to know, like especially like when's the last day of school and like when they have off for Mardi Gras break or spring break, those sorts of things. So I can have them in here because I need to be able to reference those ahead of time to make plans. So I really like that they have that. And then they have like extra space down here for anything, like if you need extra note space. And here are the stickers in the back that I told you that this planner comes with. So depending on the design of the planner you get, the design of the stickers vary. These have like a color blend effect to it, and I think it's pretty, and I believe it's 4 sheets. These have like a foiling to them. It's like a rose gold foiling, if the lighting can catch that. And these have a metallic stripe on it, and so it's kind of difficult to see, but I'll show you. See, that's what one of them look like, and I will stick it. Let's go in September because this is purple. I'll show you what it looks like inside the calendar, like that. So there. So you have the stickers that come with it, and then after the stickers you have a pocket. And let me pull this out because I don't want you to see. Make sure that there's no coupon showing. But all life planners come with like a little packet of information that has like a code for you to use for your next purchase, and then it comes with like little cards in here, and it comes with this is like a gift tag. So you get 2 little cards and 20% off things in here when you get a life planner. And then there's a pocket folder in the back that has pocket here and a pocket here, and all life planners come with a perpetual calendar. Now I have a perpetual calendar that I filled out, that I set up to use as like keeping track of birthdays, anniversaries for family members and friends. So that's how I have mine. I have one set up for that. I do have 2 more perpetual calendars that I'm kind of like, I need to figure out what to do with these. I am not sure how I'm gonna set these up, but I have seen people use these kind of like a line a day. So you can do like an affirmation every day, or you could use this to log like health symptoms. If you're having something, you can use it like a food log, especially if like, you know, you've got some issues going on and your doctor tells you you need to start tracking what you are eating to try and figure out if it's related to that. And then at the back of it, there's a page for contacts, a page for passwords, and then a page with all the holidays and dates. It doesn't have the actual dates because this is a perpetual calendar. It doesn't have like the actual dates for things unless it's something that always falls on that day, which this is like a really great idea for them to have something like this. I actually didn't even realize this was back here until this moment. For example, we all know that July 4th, Independence Day in the United States, is always on the 4th of July. And we always know that New Year's Day is on the 1st, Valentine's Day is on the 14th, but we might not always know like other dates. Like, oh look, it does in parentheses, it does tell you. So Mother's Day always is on the second Sunday of May. I didn't know that. Obviously, I knew Thanksgiving is always on the 4th Thursday. Oh look, Daylight Savings Time is always on the first Sunday in November. This is cool. I didn't know some of this stuff. Spring begins either on the 19th, 20th, or the 21st. That's interesting. That's like never really the same. President's Day is always on the third Monday of February. Okay, they do mark that the Lunar New Year they have it in February, but it can sometimes be in January. So I like that. They also have it listed here in the January section. That way you can kind of remember like to look. So this is really cool. I didn't even realize it was here until just now. So that's really cool. And every year this design of this one kind of changes. So for this year they went with this like really pretty blue that kind of reminds me of like the soda blue color for the mild liners. So if after watching this video you're still not sure what planner you are going to be getting for 2023, I would recommend checking out my other planning review videos that I have. Last week I did a Etta V planner review with ideas. If you like this video, make sure you go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I will make sure to leave a link in the description to this planner so that you can check it out yourself on the Erin Condren site. And again, thanks to the team at Erin Condren for sending this to me to review. And I will be doing a plan with me video for this in the future. Just keep an eye out for that too if you are subscribed. I will see you in the next one. Bye.